Oh. Oopsie, I had a poopsie.
Hi.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Rush Hour. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We still didn't figure it out.
We'll see. We'll
All
just
right.
have to edit it, right?
Well, I'm not gonna put that much effort into moving us around while we're doing this.
No, it's no worries.
Hi guys. This week we're talking about White Chicks. A very serious,
Yes.
a very serious documentary by the Wayans brothers.
It was very heavy. I felt a lot of things during that movie.
Did you? What kind of things?
Yes.
So Vicky, give us
Lots of laughter.
I know. Give us a
Okay.
quick summary for those out there who have not seen it. Maybe for the youngins.
Oh, youngins. Okay,
I don't know.
so there are two cops, and as usual in cop movies, they're the types of people that are trying to show themselves as being valuable, but every time they start to do something, they end up messing up. So basically what happens is that they're trying to kind of make their way up in the ranks, and there's this sort of mission or assignment to take these two pretty much like Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie sisters to the Hamptons for the weekend. And what happens is that they get into an accident, because in a Wayans movie, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And these girls get some bumps, and then the guys have to pretend to be them in the Hamptons for the weekend.
To cover their asses, right? Because they don't want to get fired.
Exactly. Because they're trying not to get fired. So it's basically just them pretending to be white girls for an entire weekend, and just the shenanigans that occur because of that.
Man, it may be summertime in the Hamptons, but it is snowing up in here.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of subtle racial commentary, lots of really crazy jokes, and it's so
And
good.
the
I love
cast
the
is
Wayans brothers.
hilarious.
Oh, I love it.
And there's this
They're all
little love
characters.
story, and then there's there's two love stories, I guess, technically, right? And
Yeah, between people who are already together and
Yeah.
another guy who's trying to set himself up.
Naughty. Naughty.
what was one of your favorite scenes? Or
Oh my gosh.
we watched it this weekend. I just
Yes. So I think one of them. So there's that scene where the girls come off the airplane. It's not one scene, it's just how they played the things together. So the girls come off the plane, and they see the two black officers, and they're like, sorry, we've already contributed to the United Negro Fund. And it's just and I was watching with my boyfriend, he was like, did they just say that? And I was laughing. And so there's that whole scene where they're kind of really rude. They're like, here, take my dog, this is that, blah blah blah, they have to exactly this. She kind of poops because she just had a colonic, and then when the cops have to dress up as the girls, they basically take that persona and flip it on its head to get what they want, get what they need. And I liked that, because I think throughout this whole movie, it's all about the setup of the jokes. You know what I mean? So if they just started acting like that without having seen the girls beforehand, how they acted, you would think oh, they're just being assholes. But no, they're literally taking the privilege that these girls have and flipping it to work for them. So that's the scene.
One of my favorite scenes, I'm sure yours too, is when what is it? When the the Wayans brothers, Kevin and Marcus, the characters, go to the reception, and they have a BF. Oh my god. They're gonna have a BF. She's gonna have a bitch fit.
And then you
Gonna write a letter. Dear manager.
I am a white woman.
I didn't mean to offend you. It's just, it's protocol.
I'm gonna have a BF. Oh my god. She's gonna have a bitch fit. Oh.
No. Don't have a BF.
And I think that was the perfect part, because they say it, but the girls know that they have that privilege. You know what I mean? They don't even have to say it. And I think that's, and my the favorite thing is their laugh throughout the whole movie. That
Yeah, that one.
And then There's a what a beautiful chocolate man. Has anyone ever told you look like Denzel?
That's a weird thing about race, right? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of like black people just get compared to like black actors.
And there's
Like
also
Asian
that
people too. They'll be like that one.
Oh wow, you look like Beyonce. Like, bruh, no. Thank you, but no.
Thank you, praise Queen Bey, but
No. But there's also that scene where they say something. They like got collagen in their lips. It's like, what did they say? You went from like Gwyneth Paltrow to Jay-Z.
Cameron Diaz to like, was it Gwyneth Paltrow? Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's Gwyneth Paltrow to Jay-Z. And the thing is, it's like, and when I watched a YouTube documentary about this, they were saying like, who would they be comparing it to now? You know what I mean? Because Jay-Z was known for his lips, but now who's known for their lips?
Kylie and Kylie.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And what this YouTuber said, her name is T. She said that they show who they're trying to look like. You know what I mean? You're trying to look like a black person, not trying to look like Kylie Jenner. You know what I mean? Because the thick lips that you get made fun of for are what they're trying to emulate.
I love overlining my lips. This is how it all started. Literally, like, I just overlined my lips and everyone was wondering what I was using.
But I think there's like a bunch of those little points that they put in the movie, but consistently, it's what did they say? They said something about they look like Wilt Chamberlain, like the two sisters, like because they got so broad.
Oh my God,
I don't know if he's a basketball player or a football player, but and then there's
American
also the scene
basketball player. Oh, okay, I see.
And there's the scene where they're getting hit on by the guys. He's like a brick house.
Yeah, he's like a really tall, NBA players and stuff like that. Like he's old boy.
Oh. Yo, I can't.
Yeah, so he's getting hit on. Wait, when they were walking into the hotel, or
yeah, and they're like, yo, man, hold my poodle, and it's just like,
what you looking at? What you looking at? You trying to check me out?
And they were like, and I like the way they like zoomed in on their eyes, and you just see the really weird blue contacts, like shifting around, like, oh wait.
Like, I remember seeing that in the first time I think I saw it, I was like, wow, they're really ugly women.
I know, but the thing is, it's like no one notices that they look completely different.
Yeah,
I know. It's just like, okay, guys, like you're really friends with them, but you wouldn't notice that two black guys are impersonating white women. Like, bruh.
And I think contacts these days are like better, but back then it's like,
I don't know if they chose like really shitty ones. Oh my God, they were so creepy. And then there's like every single scene with Terry Crews.
Oh, hilarious. Terry Crews, man, he's like known for, like, he always, like, when he goes on talk shows or whatever, he would like do those things. He'll do like the making my way downtown kind of like songs, or like
and there's that ending scene where he's like, you know, like when he's finishing up the what's it called, the sentences once Latrell gets shot, and he's like, you're yeah, I know I'm a man. He's like, you're not white. It's like, I didn't care that you were like
a man,
like a trans woman or something like that, but he was more concerned about the fact that he was white, he was black, and it's just like, wow, this guy has so many issues that he needs to deal with.
He's
so many issues.
Funny.
Easy, white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt.
Oh my gosh.
But are there like, I guess like a race, and that's like obsessed with another opposite sex is like race. That's like, when it comes to dating, that's a real thing.
Like the definite fetishization of like white women, or like even light-skinned black girls. There's like this whole thing about it, and they kind of touch on it. Yeah, definitely. I've had to deal with like people asking what my background is, and then I tell them that I'm like full Haitian, and then they have to be like, no, what are you mixed with? I'm like, bruh, I told you I'm Haitian. There's no mixing here. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, what do you want me to say?
They were just trying to find that drop of vanilla somewhere. They're like,
exactly. They were trying to be like, I need to appeal to your white side. Like, I can't talk to you if you're fully black. Sorry.
have you men have talked to you about it? Like men that were kind of like interested in you?
It was a guy who said that to me. And other guys who said something. It's like, someone said to me, like, oh, don't you enjoy when guys compliment you or like you for being light-skinned? And I said, I would never talk to a guy or even entertain the idea of dating a guy if that's all he was interested in, because that's not a personality trait.
True.
Like, what are you talking about?
That's weird. For Asian women, it's like, they just, I don't know, they start talking about
I think
food.
there's a weird fetishization for Asian women, and especially like Japanese women, by like weebs. And I know that there's like this whole idea of like the frailty and like the soft Asian woman or soft Chinese woman who's going to be like a nice little trophy wife or something like that.
Whenever I see like on a dating profile, like that they've been to like Japan, or they're like, they teach there, it's like teach there, I'm like, sus, too sus. I'm sure it's like, if you went to like their profile and saw like they were always with like African kids, you're like, why? I mean,
like, what unresolved issues do you have
like,
that you're gonna try and pin on me?
I feel like we're like judging a lot, but then again, it's like, it's because we've had like bad experiences, and like we had like weird people hit on us who have weird issues, or like social
the worst part,
boundaries that I don't know what to say, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, yo, you trying to look at my lumps? I'll pull off my G-string and handle mine.
Let's go.
I'll handle mine, dog.
I don't know if it's like not having social boundaries or just like a lack of respect, or just like maybe they've talked to people who were into that and they didn't get called out for it. I don't know.
But like the way that Terry Crews was like hitting on her, assuming that like she, like Marcus, was it Marcus? Yeah, Marcus, that was like, she was white. I mean, she would go
and that you'd enjoy that.
Like, or like, that she would enjoy that. I'm guessing like black men get that too. Like when they were like, if white women or like any race like hit on them, like they'll also get. Don't they get like stereotypes too? I think they do. They definitely do. There's like the idea that like black men are very virile. Exactly. They get compared to like food a lot. What the fuck?
Like, it's like black people often get called like, oh my god, my caramel, my chocolate, my cafe au lait, like just stupid shit like that. And then there's also like the stereotypes that come from like black men being virile, being overly sexual, being aggressive, and all these things that come from like stereotypes created by white people that they keep perpetuating.
You think that this movie is a culturally significant piece?
I think so.
It's like lighthearted and kind of, I guess in our perspective, because we've seen it before, and then now we're looking back, we can see social commentary. Like, do you think that people new watching it would consider it something valuable?
I think people would see mostly the casual racism, like the girls being afraid to say the N-word and then suddenly they're excited, or like the fact that they kind of dismiss all the black people. But I think you have to look deeper than that and see like they're commenting on how black people are treated by these people. You know, these are black writers talking about like, this is what we've dealt with. This is like how Paris Hilton would have treated me because I'm not like white passing like Nicole Richie type of thing. You know what I mean? So I think it's important because the thing with comedy is that it's always trying to shed light on something. You can't have comedy that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable or create a discussion, because if it's upsetting you, either you know it's true or it's just like pressing a hot button that's like trying to get you to like react and be like, ugh, like why do I find this funny, or why am I like not triggered, but like, why am I annoyed by this?
True. And the fact that it's funny for like the Black community, where you guys can totally relate to all the jokes that getting, okay, well, it's like shitty jokes of like getting dismissed or kind of like sidelined by like the upper class, the people that see themselves as like better than you. It obviously speaks to like the whole conversation of like, well, you guys feel this way, and a lot of like people of color feel this way. So it's a thing. It's not something like made up, you know.
Oh no, that's the thing. It's not a joke on white people for just like a joke's sake. It's like, they're making fun of like things that happen to people constantly. Like, they're making fun of things because when you're a Black person, you're dealing with racism, subtle and overt racism every single day. Sometimes you need a person to just like make a joke about it, not take it too seriously, and just be like it's a release of like just letting out that laughter of like, oh my God, some white woman would probably do that to me, and this is like how I could react. You know what I mean? Just like make them look stupid, or like flip the privilege on their head. Like, I could never imagine walking into a place and being like, I'm having a bitch fit.
I want to speak to your supervisor. Better yet, I'm gonna write a letter. Miss, you are in big trouble.
You know what I mean? I could never just like get angry and be like, I deserve this. Like, this is my right.
No, because then you would be on, what is it, Hip Hop Star? What is it called? That annoying website? Remember that Hip Hop Stars where they just like film a lot of quote unquote ghetto-ness behavior, because you wouldn't be seen as somebody that has their rights to complain about something. You'll be seen as
you're not allowed
like,
to. It's like, you're a loud Black woman, you're an angry Black woman, you're ghetto, you're this, you're that, and it's just, it doesn't, you don't get the same sort of like complaining privilege. Like, you're just supposed to take it. Like, someone cuts in line in front of you. It's like, do I have the mental capacity to deal with this today? Yeah, okay, I choose violence today. Like, no, this is not happening. Like, I remember I was at Starbucks and this girl was getting really snippy with me, and my friend didn't notice, and the homegirl like dropped change instead of into my hand. She dropped it on the counter like I was supposed to swipe and pick it up. I like gave her like death glare. I was like,
why was
my
she
friend was like
snippy at you?
I don't know. And then her like mood switched quick. I was like, I'm not picking that up, and she picked it up and put it in my hand. I was like, nah.
You were like,
we're not continuing this relationship in the next generation. No. Do you think it's culturally significant? Like, do you feel as though you're seeing something that takes place in reality, or does it feel like satire to you?
I think a little bit of both, which is for sure. I think it does. People should watch it. It's like, you don't necessarily need always like the serious stuff to like kind of understand other people, right? That's what I kind of admire about Black comedy, I guess. Like, you guys take a lot of the, I don't know, very horrible things that like happen to you, and you're able to like make light of it and kind of bond your community. But at the same time, it's kind of, at the same time, for somebody that doesn't have perspective of that, kind of might abuse that kind of, you know what I mean? So how would you say this? It's like, then like people that don't understand that, they would go back to you and say something like about like a stereotypical Black joke that has like no context, and you'll be like, you know, like, oh yeah, obviously, the chicken wings and whatever, and you'll be like, it's not your place to like, it's like, I guess that N word.
It's context.
Yeah, it's context. It's like, you, as somebody that's not Black, if you have to like watch it, you kind of have to understand it in a social context too.
Yeah, definitely.
Or else it's irrelevant. Or else you're kind of laughing and you're getting the jokes, but you're not getting a little bit of a deeper reflection, I would say. Exactly. But it's still a really funny movie.
Because what I like about this movie, it's like, it doesn't try, it's like either you get the jokes or you don't. There's no like explanation, there's no like deeper social commentary. They just like throw it at you, and if you don't catch it, you're like United Negro Fund? Like, what? Like, who? Like, what?
I think when I was younger, I didn't like get those parts. I didn't get like the social commentary parts of it. I got the like, you know, what like the body comedies and like the stupid.
And he's like he grabs his balls and his face just completely changes.
Yeah. Or like when they start breakdancing, like I was watching that scene like today, and I'm like imagine if like two random white ladies just started breakdancing. That'd be hilarious.
And I think it's like that meta thing. It's like we're watching two black guys impersonate two white women, and they're breakdancing and like flipping over like nothing. You know what I mean? And
yeah. But it's also funny, also like the part where they also make fun of black people, and I think their own like because like Terry Crews, his character, he's like the all football, you know,
he's like a self-hating black man.
Yeah, and then he's like, you know, once you go black, you don't come, you know, you're in a wheelchair. I think that joke's the joke that a lot of like maybe black men that are like they see that in a little bit of their advantage in that when they're like hitting on girls or something.
Maybe, I'm not too sure, because I think it's mostly like, I think it's explained when he gets shot and he sees Marcus, and he's like, didn't you know this is an all-white party? My guy. Do you not like where's the disconnect? You're not white. So I think it's there. I think what happens is there's like, what the problem is, I'm sure you deal with this too, where people are like, there's like one kind of Asian person and it's like put onto your entire community, and like there's only one type of black guy, there's only one type of black woman, and it gets put onto your community. But there's so many like stereotypical characters, and that's what these characters are. A lot of them are stereotypes. But there's this, it's basically like Kanye. You know what I mean? Like Kanye West is like, he tries to disassociate himself from all of the black women he's dated. He even started wearing blue contacts at one point. There's just like this disgust. And even like the models that he chose for Yeezy were all light-skinned or mixed people. So there's like, it shows itself in different ways what Terry Crews' character is. It's just like this reviling of being black, to the point like you think that people don't notice that you're black. It's like, if I get these accolades, if I get these this sort of success, this blackness doesn't matter. But there's two sides to that, because there's like Latrell's character, and there's like an artist like Basquiat. Like obviously one is real, one is fake, but Basquiat had this feeling of like, why do I need to be a black artist? Why can't I be an artist? You know, it's not like he's trying to run away, because he still talks about the issues and things that come up about being black, but it's in the wider span of the world. It's like, why does my skin color only define my art? You know, there's so many other things about me that would be interesting that you don't get. Like Andy Warhol wasn't a white artist. He was just an artist, and he gets that ease to like just be in the world. But there's, with Latrell's character, it's like he's running away from it. He doesn't want to talk about the politics of being black. He wants to just pretend it doesn't exist and use that blackness to his like he uses it to like get the white woman. It's like, once you go black, you'll be in a wheelchair. It's just like, and you see it working on those girls at the end. They're like, a wheelchair? Really? So, and that's what I like with the movie. It's like that setup of the jokes. There's even that setup at the beginning with the milk, and you find out that Marcus can't drink milk, and then he's like eating the quiches, and then he like destroys the bathroom. You know what I mean? And it's just like subtle drops that, you know, like this is going to show up somewhere. And that's what I like, because all the jokes kind of tie into each other and they're planted. And I don't think jokes are like that anymore. I feel like jokes are very much explained now. They don't let them sit by themselves.
You know the thing is, I don't know about jokes, but a lot of especially Netflix. Netflix is very like
it's like they don't let people think.
Yeah,
they don't let people think.
I remember them. What was it? I forgot the show, but it was like a scene where, like, I think it was Cobra Kai. Although I love that show, I love it. They're doing a really good job. But I just recognized this what you were saying. Like I think it was a car wash, and then it was like these young like female students that were part of the car wash. I think they're also, and this character, she's like in a bikini and she's washing cars, but then they had to justify that, and so she had this like little 2-second conversation with like the other main character, and when the character, like the girl, she asked like, but aren't you like a feminist? And then she's like, I'm a body, not positive, something feminist. So I think that we express ourselves through our body or sexuality. But I think it's like every little decision. Right?
But I thought you were a feminist. Oh, I'm a sex-positive feminist. Our bodies are an expression.
And I think that makes characters so show the character being a feminist instead of like, why do I need an entire narration and monologue that this character is a feminist? You know what I mean? And you know, the thing is like, it's these people's thoughts. It's like a feminist can't do this. It's not like the way people actually think. You know what I mean? It's like these people who don't understand the philosophies and political ideas writing these characters and saying, okay, we need to make sure we cover this, this, and this so that this character is not like on Twitter being called out for wearing a bikini and being in a car wash.
With this movie, basically maybe like our last kind of big question, would this movie like work today? Like, would the Wayan brothers be able to make another White Chicks movie? White grandma's movie,
so.
Now that they're older.
I honestly don't think that they could, because people don't understand context. People don't understand nuance. And I feel like a lot of people want things explained to them. You know, there has to be an entire essay and discourse about every single line that someone says, every single joke. And it's like, when the joke is so not funny, they even have a line that says, haha, that was a joke, right? Well, when was I supposed to laugh? Because it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? Like, don't plant these seeds and don't tell me how to feel. And don't tell me how to, like, that this part is funny, this part is sad, this part is like the part where the person is supposed to come up and be excited. You're supposed to be excited for them.
You know, like, I just think, I guess this is like maybe like a trend that we have to go through, because right now the whole industry, and I guess the older people, the new writers, the old writers, like they all have, and the audience have to kind of get over this. So this is like, you know, like a music trend where we just have to like get through this hump.
I don't know, but it's been lasting for way too long. And I think that people on social media and when watching shows feel too entitled for the storyline to fit their idea of the way the world should work. Because I've had conversations where I was watching Fantastic Mr. Fox, and someone said to me, oh, I just can't watch it because he's so toxic. How are you supposed to have like a perfect character? Oh, you know what I mean?
I see. But I really like the fact that after I watch a movie, I kind of understand that somebody that's not myself more. You know, like who in my life is gonna be like a Latrell or something? like if you
need those negative. You need those negative characteristics, and I mean, maybe he doesn't learn, and that's his problem. You know, I feel.
Or in any movie, like anybody that's not you should be able to watch these people and kind of learn from it. Like that's how you learn about society and people and how to deal with people. No, you understand that you're not like everybody doesn't think like you.
But that's it, and I think what they're doing is creating characters that all think alike. You know, I think every single, like I can't even watch like Grownish or Blackish because I feel like there's so much pandering narration that just constantly.
I guess we have to like watch an episode.
Yeah, I get, the thing for me is don't explain everything to me. Let me have some thoughts about it. Let me think too.
You know what? I think it couldn't work just because, like you said, it's too sensitive. But the fact that, you know, when they were having this little sleepover and like they were talking heart to heart about like girl stuff, I think people will already find that as like
too stereotypical.
Because it's like, girl, what do girls do?
Why are you only focusing on boys? Why are you only
but the thing is, the fact that like Sorry, let me like
did
finish this
cornrows,
thought.
sorry.
Yeah, she did the cornrows, that thing. I'm like, but it's like a bonding experience for them, and then I guess now people would see that as, I don't know,
cultural appropriation. I think again we need to think of context and nuance, because I don't think she wears the cornrows after that. She's just braiding her hair and then she takes them out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to understand that, let's say for cultural appropriation, it's like, do you give your dues to the person who created this, to the culture that created this, or are you trying to pass it off as your own innovation? Like, let's not all be Christopher Columbuses and think that everything that we see that's really interesting from another culture is our own discovery, because it's not. It probably existed for thousands of years. I don't always want to see a woke character. I need a character that has some faults, has some bad traits, because we're going to talk about this in Charlie's Angels, but Charlie's Angels is the epitome of what happens when you try to like create characters that are perfect. They have the only faults they have are like, I'm sad, but I don't really need to work on this sadness. Like, my sadness doesn't affect anyone.
Oh yes, now I'm like back flashing into that kind of.
I just feel like I can't watch anything. I can't watch anything after 2015. I feel like I can't.
I haven't seen like a kind of like a Wayne Brothers style kind of movie. I don't think comedy is just not the same anymore. It's different. I'm happy that it evolves, but at a certain point it's like I can appreciate where we're coming from now that I'm an adult and aware of social issues. I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny. Anyway,
like, we can see the things that are problematic, but
yeah,
you still need characters are not perfect. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of my rant.
Ending note. How would you rate it? Would you even rate it?
I don't know how to describe it. It's just
it's White Chix.
It's White Chix.
It's White Chix.
It's White Chix.
Watch it. It's hilarious. Don't be too sensitive. Get the jokes a little bit, and you're gonna have a good time. Right? And that's it for this episode.
Yes.
What a beautiful chocolate man. What a beautiful chocolate man. Wait, do the laugh. You can do it really well. Has anybody told you you look like this now?
So good. I'm gonna watch it again. I have 48 hours.
Oh my god, the scene that gets me is like when he's doing the, you know, when he's like just like oiled up.
Where did that oil come from?
Or when he goes to that restaurant, it's horrifying with the oyster. Ah!
He's like, and then his tongue just. This is not cute. This is not cute.
I was eating.
I feel like they did.
I know
they did Terry Crews dirty that way, but he did it so perfectly.
Horrible, but hilarious. And he's such a, like, in his interviews, Terry Crews, I'm just like a big fan. He's hilarious, and he's like so down to earth.
He has problems too.
Yeah, and he talks about his problems.
No. There's like his defense of like white women over black women.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a whole big thing.
Huh? Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Ignore it.
Too long. We've gone past to our timeline. Bye guys. Subscribe.
Like, comment.
Tell
us your ideas if you agree or disagree.
See you on the social, I guess. Instagram. And that's all the other social we have.
Yeah, that's it.